Hi, this is Hilary.
And Anna Maria.
And we're here under the marquee reporting on our first impressions of Inside Out. And I have to say, for me, it's kind of abstract. I think this may be something that is actually going to play better on an adult level than on a kid's level. And I think this may be one where you and I disagree.
I didn't find it that abstract. I found it to be just fabulous. I'm sorry.
I thought this might be one where we're going to disagree. We're going to argue about this one.
I think we have to go home and argue about
Okay,
this
we'll
one.
go home and argue about it. When Riley moves from Michigan to San Francisco, her emotions are challenged, literally, because her emotions are characters who live in her head and manage her reactions. Joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and fear. Sadness tries to add a core memory, one of the memories that shape Riley's personality. Joy stops her, but in the struggle they're both ejected from headquarters and into Riley's long-term memory. This leaves anger, fear, and disgust in charge of Riley, while joy and sadness struggle to get back to headquarters before Riley takes steps that will ruin her life.
Okay, we're back and ready to argue. But first, what we liked about Inside Out. For me, oh my God, it was the emotional journey. I was literally trying not to sob out loud at certain points because I was so moved and so touched by what was going on with the characters. I love the relationship between joy and sadness in their emotional journey and arc. I thought it was fabulous.
I did like in fact, the emotional relationship between the emotions.
Yeah.
Actually, is what saves it for me.
Saves it?
Saves it. I'm sorry, I have some problems with this, but you know, the emotions, they were all of them fabulous characters, and I also really, the way they impacted Riley was perfect and very, very much kid-like.
Okay, so what didn't you like about this?
Okay. For me, it really is a little too abstract. The whole story takes place inside Riley's psychology, almost, and her brain is this little internal world, and my mind kept going and seeing the psychology of her emotions playing out, which kind of took away from it being an action story for me. And my adult intellect kept playing with it and liking it on all the upper levels. I don't think 8 to 12-year-olds are going to get the psychological level.
Oh, sure they are, because they're going to understand that Riley's having the same emotions that they're experiencing themselves. I think they would really connect with Riley. This is an emotional story. That's what the story is. It's not what you would call an action-adventure story, except the emotions do have a lot of action-adventure inside Riley's head. As far as what I disliked about the movie, very little. Maybe it was a little slow to start, but it carried my heart. I mean, I was so wrapped up in what she was feeling and was almost on the edge of my seat for, anticipating what joy and sadness were facing, and then realizing what sadness a part is to play in the world, in Riley's world, was just wonderful.
And this is kind of, I think, where we differ, because, okay, one of the things that they did that was really cool on an adult intellectual level is in this movie Riley's emotions mature, and when you're very, very young, your emotions are unmixed, and they're either joy or anger or fear or sadness. And one of the things that happens in this movie is that Riley starts experiencing mixed emotions, mixed joy and sadness. But that's one of those things, okay, it engaged my brain as an adult, and it took me out of the story.
Heart? Where's your heart?
That's the problem. That's the problem. It engaged my brain enough that it took me out of the story. And
it totally grabbed my heart and just took me on a ride. I mean, it was wonderful.
Sorry, my brain was working and my heart was not that engaged. We're going to disagree on this one.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm right. As far as the age range, I would say actually 5 and up. I think the younger kids are going to enjoy just the slapstick that's in the movie. I mean, it's very colorful and fun. Lots of great characters. They'll enjoy it on that level. Older kids will tie in more to the character arc and the story arc. And I have to admit that the adults were laughing the hardest in the movie theater. So adults are really going to enjoy this. How about you? What do you think?
I actually kind of think that's the problem. I think the adults are going to laugh harder than the kids. Yeah, five and up. Just any age can see this movie and get a lot of things out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the kids are going to enjoy it as much as the grown-ups will.
How many out of 5 tickets are you going to give it?
I'm sorry, for me it's a 3.5.
Oh, no.
It just doesn't get there for me. Your turn.
I'm giving it 4.5 tickets. If I had seen it in 3D, I probably would give it 5 tickets. I love this movie. It touched me.
Yeah, not so much. Our next review is going to be Minions on July 10th. And if you want to see it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks.
We'll see you then.